Today we are on the way to Uppsala. I'm going to visit a relative in the hospital. But on the way to the hospital I thought we'd visit a cool site, the old Uppsala, Gamla Uppsala. And I'll see you there in a clip. Ja, det räcker.
Here we have Öresund Frölunda-tunneln faktiskt. The Ullunda tunnel is very cool, you know, like, yeah. See you in the next clip. Here we have fart camera, speed camera. And it look how fast you go. Here is the camera. What is speed limit?
80 kilometers per hour.
Kilometers per hour.
And here's the next speed camera, and as you can see, it's a friendly sign that warns you that there's a speed camera up ahead. And here is the speed camera itself, and it only measures the speed from the front. So if it's in the other direction, there's no risk yet. But they are talking about replacing these cameras with cameras that can measure speed in both directions. And here, after this speed camera, is after these red houses to the right, one of the few motorcycle stores outside the city. It used to be Sulas Custom, but now it's just Sulas MC. I don't know if you can see the sign, but it's over there, and they are official resellers of Kawasaki, Suzuki, Victory, Indian and Husqvarna. And one more which I can see. Right, so now we have arrived at Old Uppsala. As you can see, there are a number of hills here.
It is very cold.
And these hills are believed to be royal mounds, but I don't really know 100% sure what happened. Here it said this first is called Tingshögen, and here students used to gather to celebrate.
Yo guys, I'm here. It's very cold. I think I'm dying. You cannot put here.
So these royal mounds are as old before the written history of Sweden. But it's believed to be from the Iron Age or the Vendel period. And later on they tried to rewrite the history of this place. A guy called Olof Rudbeck. His father actually founded the oldest gymnasium in Sweden, in Västerås. But he came here to Uppsala, to the university, and he said that this Gamla Uppsala here was where the ancient Atlantis were. And during the Viking Age there was a temple here, and this temple is not here anymore, but they have found some archaeological diggings, holes from wooden poles, but there was quite a large structure here where they sacrificed horses and pigs and even humans in the sacrifice field. And the temple is believed to have been right here where this church is now. So the church is built upon the ruins of the old temple. In 1164 the cathedral was built here, and before it was an important pagan center. But where did the temple stand? Okay, so they are not 100% sure that the temple was built here on the where the church now stands. So I'm not 100% sure about the legend who would have been buried here, but I think it's some old kings that historians are not even sure these kings even existed. But they at least exist in fairy tales. And maybe they have existed in reality too. Nobody knows really. Or if they are buried here, nobody knows. It says the restaurant over there is Odensborg, just beside the church. And now I'm approaching the most dangerous part of Uppsala. The police has a list of dangerous areas in Sweden, and this area is called Gottsunda. Gottsunda has the worst of these 3 danger classes. Gottsunda is the worst class. And let's see here, we are getting closer to Gottsunda now. It's very exciting. It's maybe the most dangerous place in the entire Sweden. Look over there, it's a dangerous baby walking. But there's the Gottsunda Centrum sign. So this is the most dangerous place of Uppsala. It's like looking into the soul of the city. Okay, I will not go in there because it's a bit scary, but I'll go over here instead. Here in these houses, here is in the heart of Gottsunda. In these houses, here is the danger living. Inside here is a shopping center. Well, I've been here before, I'm just joking, it's actually not so dangerous. But there are a lot of shootings here and car fires. But I guess that's at night. Now we're on our way back home. Hospital went okay, but the computer crashed, which we were going to fix. But I guess I have to go back tomorrow and fix it. But I'll read a little bit more about that story I was telling you about when I get home with Olof Rudbeck. So this Olof Rudbeck, he lived during what's called the Stormaktstiden, or in English the Swedish Empire, which was actually just today's Sweden plus a little bit of Norway and Finland and a little bit of Russia. Anyway, there was a lot of nationalist feeling during them, and here is the book he wrote, Atland or Mannheim, and that means like the Atlantic land. Mannheim means the home of man. So he tried to place this mythical place of Atlantis, which is mentioned in the writings of Plato, in Old Uppsala, where I was today. It was more Uppsala nationalism. It was more, he had his heart into this region that's called Uppsala. And if we look at the map, it's over here. Here's Sweden. All of Swedish prehistory was located around Uppsala. It's just not plausible, because if you would build a boat and, for instance, sail to the United Kingdom, here to the British Islands, you would have to sail all down here through the Baltic Seas, try to navigate through Denmark up here, through Gothenburg and this, what's called Skagerrak, and to the United Kingdom. Wouldn't it be easier to just start from here, from the west coast, somewhere around Gothenburg? Yeah, and that's the county around here is called Västergötland, somewhere around here, and it's actually more plausible that the pre-written history of Sweden was centered around here in Västergötland. But of course, there has been important findings here around Örebro. There has been important findings here where I live, around Västerås, and there has also been important findings here around Uppsala. But Olof Rudbeck was not correct to placing all of Swedish prehistory around Uppsala, because that's simply not true. So he was infected by nationalist feelings when he wrote those things, and those nationalist infections are still plaguing historians today at Uppsala University.
Det enda jag kan säga är att Sutton Hoo, som ju är verkligen kolossalt väl undersökt och genomsökt, har väldigt klara förbindelser med gravfynden i Uppland, i Vendelområdet. Däremot vad som finns i Västergötland vet vi tyvärr inte. För det är inte utgrävt.